This is a video diary of what I experienced at Walmart, and I just found that it just works out a little better when you're able to give commentary and expose what's happening because it's an excellent smear campaign. So shopping when you're targeted, the intent is to terrorize and also conspire with a smear campaign. So there's different strategies on how you can terrorize someone and not be held accountable for it. So the shopping experience, people wait around in the store and then wait till I'm coming at intersections and deliberately bring all kind of carts in multiple different directions at me to terrorize me and scare me. But also it fades into you're mentally ill because nobody would believe people are doing it, but actually they don't try to hide it. It's actually captured on camera footage for anyone willing to do law enforcement. But when you're on the outside looking in, just observing a YouTube channel, it doesn't sound realistic that a store would be in cahoots with criminal activity. So when you expose the same repeated behavior, that someone will simply just review the camera footage and it will speak for itself. You will see people waiting around in the store to block my path, come at me with carts, and Walmart employees in cahoots as well as other store employees. So at one particular point, I actually caught the police department there briefing store employees on how they were going to terrorize me. Because I didn't understand what was happening, what was going on, but why store employees, multiple different locations would treat me like this. So I accidentally caught the police department there in a meeting with all Walmart employees. So essentially what's happening, crooked government officials that have racked up felonies for themselves are enlisting civilians to also commit crimes with them. So I also found out by word of mouth that there were two people, familiar faces in this environment. One was hiding. That was a lady that threatened to put me out of the store. Put me out of her car. She demanded that I take wrong orders. She was in the store shopping. There was also someone that was suspicious from Community Transformation Church. At another shopping experience when I was getting violated, there was another party there from Community Transformation Church. Remember, I tell you, when I'm in environments that I've been violated in prior, I'm also seeing other familiar faces. So perhaps some of these people are teaching other people how to harass someone and also enlist them for the smear campaign, knowing nobody would ever believe my story. So when you go shopping, you can go shop in peace. You can go to church in peace. I have to be terrorized. And then they strategize avenues where there's the added benefit that I will appear mentally ill because nobody would ever believe my story. But a law enforcement, all one would have to do is review the camera footage, and they do not hide anything. So they waited. I wait till the coast is clear, and they wait to come at me with baskets. They block aisles that they know for things that they know I need. Knowing you wouldn't believe my story, I needed oatmeal. So it scares me.
Harassment's a crime.
They waited to do this. And it's every corner, so I just started recording it. Then we got another cart within seconds.
See how many patterns equal an arrest?
She didn't wait. She's supposed to wait.
Civilians can be talked into criminal activity, can you?
Let's go. Let's just look through the cons. If you're not in a cahoots with someone criminal, so you have a customer walking in front of you. You cut the customer off with your card. You didn't wait. You didn't say, excuse me. You just came out with your card. Is that normal behavior? Let's look at this again. So you have your card. You see a customer right there in front of you.
See how many patterns equal an arrest?
You just cut off in front of them. You didn't wait or anything with the card, even though it wasn't that close. That's still rude.
Activity, can you?
Then we got this other party coming out.
What they can.
But they saw my phone.
All kind of felonies all over the place.
Let me make sure you saw that. So we got this.
Harassment's a crime.
Multiple different directions. Then we got this. And then look over here to the left.
See how many patterns equal an arrest?
It's going to happen really quick. To the left.
Right. I don't know how civilians can be talked into criminal activity, can you?
Goes.
What they can.
I don't know if you saw it.
All kind of felonies all over the place.
So let me show you what was happening. You got that one that came
I don't know how civilians can be talked into criminal activity, can you?
See that woman waiting
what
up
they
there?
can.
Stalking is a felony.
All kind of
With the white
felonies
shirt
all
on.
over the place.
See right there? Right there. And when I started recording her, she immediately left, and then that happened. This time I'm walking. Then that one came at me. No, excuse me, nowhere to be found.
So
It's
each
just
corner
normal.
that I turn, there's somebody coming at me with cards at the end of the staff, and then there's people like this all over the place. So it's nothing. So, I mean, anyone willing to do law enforcement can see the living hell, so I dread coming to the stores, because people just simply don't give a damn, period. I'm telling them that you are actually committing crimes. Felony stalking is a felony charge. Harassment is a misdemeanor. They don't give a damn. Police are telling them to do it. They can give less than a damn. In tears, panicking, they still could care less. The government is enforcing hate. And no one over and over and over begging and pleading. Please, I should not have to be tortured, shopping location to location. They could give less than a damn. They have threatened my arrest to enforce that I get violated. I'll record our crimes. Don't tell them about your YouTube channel. We don't want them to know that we're racking up felonies for ourselves. You just take it. Year after year. I mean, it's the government, you know. We want to investigate ourselves. So you can shop, but I got 15, 20 people stalking me, hunting me down, a felony, and then they wait to come at me with baskets. So when I cross the intersection, they're scaring me on purpose. So it also helps with the smear campaign over and over, because no one would believe that they're this sadistic and sick. But we always see things like this, and people have yet to get charges. And she's coming at me with her basket. She didn't wait. I don't think it's funny. It's criminal.
It's like a horror movie.
It adds to the taunting, begging for your life and have people laugh, stationed to laugh. Nothing. We got this one immediately when I stopped recording. Then we got something over here, but they left because I'm recording. They immediately know. And these fake friends, none of my friends are real.
You have to download the app.
And family, they do the same thing too. So it does the trick. Someone just simply don't want me shopping. And then they have the power to abuse. I don't know what all of it's, just harass any kind of possibility they get. And it's all available for anyone willing to do law enforcement to see. That's the trick of finding someone, and then they have to rush to hold me up in the damn line, wait 30 minutes to do it.
It happens
Then
every
endless
shopping
other parties,
experience.
the same nonsense.
It's a mind game. Because I see a register that's available. I have people eyeing me, stalking me, and just to be petty, they'll go to the line. It does not happen every blue moon. Every shopping experience, the same thing. And if it's a free shopping experience, then they'll con that something is amiss or do a wrong price or something to where I'm held up again.
Knowing that you never believed my story. Prearranged before I got here.
Then you see the employees coming over to the right. There's no clear
They used
path.
to have security, but now that the security's incriminated, they have other parties committing crimes. Know that I'm a government witness, and if someone enlists you, because I've seen police heading the harassment campaign in environments that I was in, harassment is a crime, stalking is a felony. And I've noticed that when I shot cards from all different kind of angles and people are popping out at me, and if the feds are watching, anyone else could see it too. So I'd like you to look at my channel. I'd like you to have evidence, and I want you to be aware of what you're being included with. Because I'm a witness. And it's people that have made wrecked up felonies. What's your name?
My name is.
Okay, let me give you my YouTube channel.
So, first of all, was somebody following you or anything like
When I
that?
shop, stores are listed in harassment campaign. That's what I communicated with you.
Okay.
So I would like you to give your store manager my YouTube channel. so they are aware of what they're in cahoots with. And I would also like the store to be aware that harassment is criminal.
Okay.
No matter who's enticing you to do it. And stalking is a felony charge.
Okay.
I want the store to be aware that staff are being accomplices to criminal activity.
Okay.
And I think that people are sugarcoating felony. So I have some.
Card or anything?
I can write it down for you.
So she said she was
I've been
going to call
shopping
her,
for a long time.
but then a
when
man
I
came.
wasn't keeping an inventory and recording, people would come and would not get out the way and would block my path, and it was torture to have to endure this. And I just didn't understand how people could repeatedly be harmless, and how someone can work at a location and don't mind committing crimes at work. But even if a police with a badge and gun that's trying to keep themselves from going to prison, why would you commit crimes at work?
True.
Well, this is true, but there's not very many people that can see that. I don't see a lot of law enforcement going around enforcing crimes. But until I became a government witness, I just don't understand why people would let law enforcement come around and enforce crimes on them. But no one has that common sense. And stand up and say, I see you have a badge and gun, but I'm not going to commit a crime for you.
True, you are right on.
Well, not a lot of people share that. They are happy-go-lucky, no matter if people are getting paid, they're happy-go-lucky to rack up felonies and harassment charges all over the
Do you
place.
want to speak to her?
I can. Are you sure it's your supervisor? Because a lot of times it's criminal government officials that are enlisting people to enforce crime.
She's the higher. She's the
Okay, well, hopefully
store manager.
she's concerned about her workers committing crimes at work. Hopefully, some of them aren't. They're setting it up. So they don't want people to be held accountable for crimes they set up. I don't understand why each time I'm in locations, people aren't concerned about crimes being committed. So I think that's a red flag. They have me wait for an extended amount of time. Yeah, because in multiple different locations, they don't care that crimes are currently being committed, and the police have came to enforce crimes
Yeah.
in my road. Which I'm curious on why people haven't got charges. It's amazing to me. I'm a government witness, and I get harassed in stores, and in fact, at Target, someone actually almost hit me with a basket. So I find it problematic for stores to be in cahoots with harassment. First off, stalking is a felony. I'm a government witness. So I've noticed the police department at these environments conducting and enforcing civilians to commit crimes. And don't sugarcoat criminal activity. I just don't understand how a whole store can be enlisted in tormenting someone and harassing them. So I'd like to give you my YouTube channel so you can see that my child was taken away from me. There was a hit and run of my son, and people just haven't simply gave it in at work. So it's Kiana, Keyana,
That's a man. She said a female. So why did a male come? So now they're conning each person, because I ran into someone from the church. Like I said, anyone willing to do law enforcement. Now I find it highly peculiar that they don't look up my channel. They pretend like they're putting it in their phone to look at later. Why don't you look it up right then? So now, it used to be in the past, they try to look it up and then sometimes they find it and sometimes they couldn't. Now the government is having their accomplices stored in a notepad on their phone. So one time I tried to give it to someone at a bank, and then the bank tellers gave me, I asked them to call the police because the Waco FBI was covering for crimes. I had sent them letters when I was in jail on false charges. So the Waco FBI was covering for crimes. So I asked and my phone would not let me dial. So I asked for the bank teller to call the police. I told them what was going on. I gave them my YouTube channel. The police came out and then gave me a criminal trespass from the bank and demanded my YouTube channel back from the lady. And that is recorded and uploaded. It's on Metro PCS FBI 1 video.
Cars come at me because it endangers my safety. And it's also a criminal harassment scheme, and stalking is a felony. So for employees to be stalking me in the store and waiting to come at me with cards, that could be a felony charge and people will be to be held accountable. So I just don't want people to continue to sugarcoat felonies. I think it's sadistic and sick for someone to drop off staff to enforce crimes on civilians. But not a lot of people see it my way. So therefore, they still conspire with all this criminal activity and have yet to be held accountable, which is I'm hoping one day they are. So I'm just putting the word out there for people that do have concerns. I think it's in bad taste to list people that are trying to make a living to commit crimes at work. But repeatedly, I'm not heard. Okay, so I don't share that same, people don't share YouTube. And enlist your staff to be safe and not bring carts at people, even if the police department's having them do it. Are you doing something, sir?
He was walking
I
around following me.
I saw you coming back and forth several times, and I'm just trying to see how this harassment scheme goes. I was just trying to see, are you a supervisor? No, ma'am. Oh, okay, because I get stopped and that is a felony. Oh, yeah, there's cameras. You commit a crime and people do it. Got into a customer's car and came at me to scare me. So I called the police. The police denied law enforcement. It was on camera footage. What if the man accidentally hit me in the customer's car? No one gave a damn, including the police department and the store manager. No, year after year, no one gives a damn. Obvious felony stalking charges, obvious harassment charges, and repeatedly over and over, no one has gave a damn. First, before we can get anything done, we're going to have to find people that are disturbed by the police department enforcing crimes. But I can't find it. It's impossible to find. They're just sitting down shop, sitting around, not doing a damn thing. They promise it's not stalking because it's a felony. I've already tried to expose this. So this is how you not get charges. You faux shop. You're confused at only looking at the same tomatoes. It's just so confusing. I can't decide. For 30 minutes. It's impossible for me to decide. But it's all the same. That way I don't get charges. So he's trying to come. Hi, help him. Yeah, I can't say I no longer go to that church. Check out my YouTube channel. I'm a government witness, as you guys know. And then you got, I was prayed over paranoia. I'm a government witness. Look at my YouTube channel. Oh, but yeah, that way your mom can look at the YouTube channel. She said she was going to call me regarding the housing, and it hasn't happened. You want the YouTube channel?
I'll look it up.
You don't, how would you know it if I don't give it to you? Unless the church didn't care about my life either. A lot of places don't. I find it peculiar. You want it? I can give it to you. I don't know why people are scared to look at it. It's like something's prearranged that I don't know about.
I mean, I'm just caught off guard, that's all.
Oh, well, you know me from church. You know what I'm going through.
I don't have to finish.
Okay, but yeah, I'd like to give you my YouTube channel. When I was getting terrorized in another store, another church member was here. Yeah.
What I meant to say, oh, sorry, Rover. What I meant to say when I was getting terrorized in another store, I think it was Sam's, the church member was there and the other party that threatened to put me out her car for wanting the right to set in a boundary that she allows me to have the right order. People standing around, they stand around for a reason. This car sat at the stop sign, nothing there, just stopped. And then when I came out, look at what the car does.
See, he waited.
It's meant to be an annoyance because I have to pay attention to the car so it don't come out and scare me. You yield to pedestrians. If anyone willing to do law enforcement, that car sat there to do this, and multiple other cars do the same thing. Every shopping experience I have. Then this person that I was with, she got upset because I recorded this lady right here waiting. Time she backed out, I promise anyone willing to do law enforcement, a person sat in the car. And when this lady I rode with backed out, the car deliberately sped out behind her to scare us. Marianne got, that's someone from another location that also got upset that I was exposed and that cars were coming at the environment. So I try not to give names, but I accidentally let that slip. But nonetheless, I find it highly peculiar that, and I had to tell this party that I think that there's probably an issue because if she has a problem with both of us being safe, that's a red flag. I said that, I would like us to be safe. And she said that if I'm not concerned about the situation, I don't see why you would be. I'm driving. I said, because people doing like that jeopardizes both of our safety, and I'm not quite sure why you're not concerned about that. But nonetheless, that is the experience, and I'm not going to. And that's the car that came out from behind us with that person. So in this situation, people panic. It's already prearranged. When they see my phone, they come interrupt and they panic whenever I have my phone. So I want to show you this. So my search results are being manipulated. I put in Target, and then it's not bringing it up. It's bringing, typically it'll bring up harassment and disgusting things like that's someone else's videos, and that's what it typically does. And it'll bring up dead bodies, coffins, things that are disgusting that has nothing to do with my name. So they want me to look for the video the hard way. They don't want you to easily see what I'm trying to expose. Well, they don't want me to easily show you what the video that I'm trying to let you see. So I have Target right here. And then we got Me. And then we got that cyberbullying channel. So the government wants you to have my full name, wants you to have all my personal information, wants for me to get cyberbullied and violated. The government hates my guts. That's why I don't want to be here. You hate me because you keep on racking up felonies and no one's governing you. My quality of life is really low. We're really down. I don't want to be negative, but if I can't shop, I can't order online, I can't have authentic friendships, that's not a really good quality of life for me or anyone else that would have to endure anything like my situation. I do have on makeup, by the way. The harassment is escalated whenever I get dressed and have on makeup. And I'm pretty sure you didn't believe that, but anyone willing to do law enforcement can see that. We got the cyberbullying site. They want me to get it the hard way. This is not my videos. So I have to do the search, go find the video the hard way, and it was a long time ago. So what they'll do, they did it. Okay, they'll play a video, so then I have to start all the way over. So this is a short. So each time I'm scrolling down multiple different times, when I get far, it'll play something else on its own and then force me to start the process all the way over again. So I'm still looking for the video, and you may be asking yourself, why would the government do all of this? Well, how did it look before you realized what was going on? It looks like it was supposed to look. You thought completely that I was off my rocker until I started giving you more feedback of what was happening. The government knew exactly what they were doing. So then you have this woman screaming and ranting, and then you see cars, and then they look like nothing's happening, but you don't know that 15, 20 people are hunting me down in the store to do this. But like I said, any person, anywhere on the planet willing to do law enforcement, it is not hidden. They taunt and laugh, and it just depends on how angry the accomplices are. They get out of control. So a long time ago, this gang stalker friend that I realized was a gang stalker friend, Stacy from Austin Street, I'm still looking for the video. She said that there are psychologists and all kind of people involved in this. Because I just did not understand how anyone could even think of tormenting someone like this and be right on how it feels. How would they know how traumatic this is? How do you just have that knowledge in your pocket? Okay, and to add insult to injury, a lot of these circumstances that people blame me.
Her third time. The same lady, here's my basket, her third time.
This time.
And then she's blaming me.
I just have to expose the scheme.
You work there.
It doesn't make sense.
Okay, wait a minute.
Pushing it out, but I don't think she was her third time. The same lady, here's my basket, her third time.
This time.
How?
I just have to expose
How did I do
schemes.
it? Look at where she's parked.
It doesn't make see how she's still pushing it out, but
So what they do?
Really works.
So they did do this every shopping experience. So since it's meant to be traumatic, so typically when you're letting someone pass, she'll stop their basket. They still push the basket at me. That way, it's our little secret where I'm traumatizing you. So the basket never really completely stops. So when I put my guard down and put my phone down, then they'll be ornery and push the basket towards me anyway. And then when it's recorded, you really can't see that they're pushing their basket at me to taunt me. These are strangers, people that I don't know. Several people do it. So there's no calming point, because when I put my guard down, then they'll play the mind game and scare me again with their basket. So I'm shopping. I have to repeatedly be on my guard each hour because they keep doing things to startle me shopping. Just imagine how that feels. Imagine you shop and then have someone accidentally runs into you and how you're startled. You compound with that people doing it 20 something times a shopping experience deliberately. And then when, typically they'll say, "Excuse me, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to." It never happens because it's deliberate. Then we got staff doing it too. Can you understand how that would make one human being feel? So before I knew that I had a shopping experience today, I got dressed up. But for me, I dreaded. I was depressed going to the store because I knew what how my life is. I know how I have to get terrorized in the store. It's been happening 10 years. So this person was happy-go-lucky, probably helped set it up. And I know that I'm going to be terrorized, so I'm depressed. This is the quality of life that I have. Begging, pleading year after year to get no damn where. So let me finish the video. And a lot of these experiences, the more, terrifying experiences that I have shopping, I don't have time to record. I am shopping. So
I think he just drops off the criminals and they just infiltrate the store. Because why
see
would
the
someone
baskets
jeopardize
all in
their
the out in the
livelihood
way.
that really work for Target?
Then they play games trying to hold
like
up the
10,
line.
15
Look at all the employees just in that one area. And then they're falling back because my phone's up.
already holding up the lines. Here's a basket. What are the odds for all these people at the same time?
So they wait, and then they all come to the front to check out at the same time.
And someone's not signaling them to get in line.
Why would he? My abuser knows that I have communicated with my abuser. I don't know who was observing this, but I have communicated that I loathe Black Friday. I will pay the extra money. I don't like all that insanity. I don't like the baskets. I don't like the carts. I don't like the crowds. I do not like the long lines. I loathe it. So he's recreating it, each shopping experience.
Witness. Too unfortunate she's blocking the whole walkway. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. Yeah.
Why would she stand there?
Are you open down there, ma'am? Hello?
Basket coming towards me, didn't stop.
Guess they don't want to check her out now.
So,
She has to clean.
most of the times I was shopping, people would do this, these game stalkers. They weren't really trying to shop, but they don't want to sell them. So they grab multiple of the same items. And then when I started recording it, then they tried to mix it up. Why would you, multiple times I'm checking out, would I repeatedly see this? 10, 15 of the same items over and over again. In stores I'm getting violated in.
What's going on?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just heard you almost got hit, and I just wanted to.
I just have a lot of weird things. Maybe you could just talk to the lady and tell her to stop coming in. That would be the third time she came at me with her card.
What happened?
You go talk to her. I'm the chair on the chicken.
So the stores would be in cahoots with making me late in different parties, and I had to get back to Austin Street shelter because I was fighting. I felt that I was fighting for my life, all these experiences, and I was terrified. And I had a curfew, and these locations would be listed to hold me up and transit in a conspiracy, knowing you never believe my story. So then Austin Street could scam that I was late and they didn't give me a bed. So since I was so punctual, knowing my life was in jeopardy, Austin Street changed their whole protocol to now when my abuser was mad, he didn't have to enlist all the other parties to delay me. Austin Street changed their whole protocol, and then they changed it to there's a lottery system that excluded me. It used to be first come, first serve, but they changed it because I was always punctual. So then they changed it to the lottery system, and I knew that the lottery system excluded me. It was just our own inside knowledge. People on the outside looking in did not know, but weren't supposed to know. But I knew that Austin Street was being controlled, and each time my abuser was mad, they would deny me shelter, knowing my experiences, and it was hard for me to get shelter because I was being targeted. Then I have to go get violated on the car, violated on the trains and buses, and all the other things that targeted people experience. So that's why I didn't really want to talk to her about all these cards. But as you can see, it can be problematic. You don't play mind games and terrorize someone. What if there's an accident like it almost was? I don't want to have to normalize cars coming at it, people that I'm riding with, and me driving. It said on that whatever was happening with my daughter, it said that they had some kind of car accident. So I don't know if they're being terrorized to behave the way that they are. People do, there are errors. That's why the government and the accomplices need to be put under control. You don't have wait 30 minutes to bring a vehicle at someone. That's dangerous. And there have been mistakes, and I have witnessed an awful lot of accidents. Nonetheless, okay, let's move forward. So I said, okay, let's try this. Let's try for me to inform staff of what the police department's doing, what's happening. So let me show you this.
Why would I get a criminal trespass warning? I don't know you.
We're recording into the store.
I get harassed. I get harassed. I don't know. I do.
I need you to come to the office with me.
Why? Because when my abusers
have
met.
a criminal trespass warning, then you're going to be going to jail.
He told me I was going to jail in the back.
Come to the office with me.
Okay. Why would I get a criminal trespass?
So I didn't have a criminal trespass warning, and he called around and they were trying to set up a false arrest, and I guess said the coast wasn't clear to do it. So they gave me a criminal trespass for another location when I was trying to report that I had stolen clothes. I had just got out of JPS on false pretenses. I had went to One Safe Place, domestic violence organization. First off, I got out of jail February 8th of 2022, I think it was. No, 2023. Okay, I got out of jail February 8th, and I knew how my life was. So then on February 9th, I went to One Safe Place. I had never been there before in Fort Worth, Texas. One Safe Place set me up with the police department, and they detained me on false mental illness pretenses. So I was detained. They stole my clothes, okay, everything that I had. And I walked barefooted. They tried to steal my credit card, but I threatened the police and all my money. And they've done it before in Parkland. So I threatened the police and to report them. So they went ahead and surfaced my credit card and all of that. But my new clothes, new boots that were nice, and everything else was stolen. And a jacket, like a sweater, a heavy sweater, was stolen. So I left with hospital clothes on and barefooted. So nonetheless, I was trying to trying to get information and feedback on what happened to all my property. The police was there waiting, intimidated me, and escorted me out. So I went to Walmart barefooted, trying to get items and clothes. So Walmart, they gave me a criminal trespass. I called the police to report the theft at the hospital. Since the police department was behind it, they gave me a criminal trespass at that location. So another location. This location that I was at that you saw the police, I'm recording how I get terrorized in the store. But the police department's behind it. So they didn't want the accomplices to know what they were doing and that they were indeed crooked. I don't know if they're having these people believe it's a practical joke or what's happening, but it's not funny to me. So nonetheless, the police did not want me passing out the YouTube channel and saying that government officials were breaking up felonies for themselves. So he threatened my arrest, and he called around trying to set up the false arrest. I heard it. But I guess it wasn't going through properly. He said, I'm going to take her to jail. And then they, and it just didn't work out the way that he planned. And he called around trying to do whatever he could do, and it just fizzled out. So then, but they didn't want me shopping at the Walmart anyway. They wanted to make my life even more difficult because I could, nonetheless. So they didn't want me shopping at that Walmart. So then they gave me a criminal trespass. But it's on this man's body cam footage that I'm saying that I'm getting harassed. So he needed someone else to come and give me a criminal trespass. So he had this other officer come in from nowhere and hand me the criminal trespass, tampering with evidence, so it's not evidence of what he's done. So the other officer gives me a criminal trespass and says that I can't come back for recording in a public place, which is a violation of my constitutional rights. There's people that are reporters. I have a YouTube channel. I get it that you're committing crimes. So he's robbing me of my constitutional right with my channel. That's why so many people have TikTok videos and enforcing a criminal trespass on me in corruption. He can't dictate laws that were imposed for people that, do videos and reporting. You can't dictate and demand that I not have my right to record in a public place, but he did and gave me a criminal trespass. So when it was behind closed doors, I tried to record him secretly, and he snatched each device out. He knows that he's racking up charges for assault, but he wants to bully me and mistreat me in the process. And just if you can just put yourself in my position, do you know how terrifying that is? That you're trying to flee someone that has a lot of power, and the police department comes, and you don't know if someone's going to put in a hit on you using the police department. Can you imagine how it feels to be at a church that you attended decades, and you're, asking the church for help? Someone drags you out of it and slams you out on the concrete, and people that you've had a rapport with or dealt with decades watch you get violated and just let you sit in it? Do you imagine how it feels going to a domestic violence organization, just sitting there, and the police department comes, gives you a criminal trespass, and assaults you for attending the domestic violence support group? Can you imagine, or do you care how that feels? So for me, that the police department come in just because you're on the phone fleeing for your life, knocking on your hotel room door, in scams repeatedly over and over, and you just have to endure it. Can you imagine how it feels to order food, and then the mental health people in the police department come from no damn where, and you just gotta sit and take it at bus stops? Then they're so crooked. When I was dressed up and Lindsay came, that they just said, forget it, we're taking your freedom. Rushing to me time I got off the train. Within seconds. Probably maybe like a minute or a second, not less than a minute or second. And I just had to simply take it. That is clear-cut stalking, and repeatedly nothing has been done. So this is my life. I've been begging for it, begging for my life a long time. It's a video diary on how it feels and just how I feel robbed. And I promise you, if I can ensure that moving to another country and my family's not having anything to do with me, if I can ensure that I could be safe in another country, I would leave here in a heartbeat. It just does not have the opportunity, and the government is just not being governed, and it's just really not safe for me. No relationship I have on this planet is authentic, including my own family. Okay, so that's how shopping is, as a target. And like I said, anyone, a child that's willing to do law enforcement, can see the experience that I have repeatedly over and over.